I'm um I'm on Restream, so I can't see who's coming in and out. If anybody's there. Hey Dawn, how you doing? Good to see you. What's going on? What can we talk about today? What can I tell you about? I'll tell you all about it. For real though, what you doing? How you doing? I'm doing good. Just smoking a little CBD, trying to maintain through this time. I'm doing pretty good with it. Now, Dawn, usually I talk about targeted individuals, cannabis in the Bible, and in particular healing modality, hands-on healing modality. So we can talk about any of those things. What's up, Ophelia? How are you doing? Am I high? Not really. A little bit. Are you? Sorry all that stuff happened. I guess we all learned a lesson. Anyway, oh yeah, I'm supposed to tell Ophelia about all that stuff. So Ophelia, I'm a targeted individual, and that means I've been targeted by the United States intelligence services, and because see, I'm a cannabis activist, and so Department of Homeland Security identifies. Yes, I'm talking about my CIA torture. Department of Homeland Security identifies empowered individuals. I was identified as an empowered individual, I believe, because they're looking for empowered individuals because they might be threats to national security. They also they look at activists and whistleblowers. So I was an activist. I was a cannabis activist in the incarceration capital of the world, Louisiana. And so I was watch listed, and when you get put on the terrorist watch list, they point non-lethal weapons at you, and you're enrolled into this weapons testing program. Essentially, is all I can understand. That's what I can make of it. And they use synthetic telepathy, directed energy weapons. They stalk you. They gang stalk you in person. So everywhere you go for your entire life, every moment of your life, you're being stalked or harassed for years on end. Yeah, I know, right? Watch list? Yeah, I know, right? But that's what happened to me. And they tortured me. I was tortured with this technology and these tactics. I was absolutely tortured. And this kills people every day. There are people who are suicided by this program. It's a takedown program designed to make you want to commit suicide. Am I still being watched? I'm sure I am. I'm sure I am, just based on all. I'm like probably a high value asset to the program based on all the ongoing shit that happened. I'm probably a high value target still, although I'm not being harassed at the moment. But I'm sure I'm still being watched. Everybody's always being watched, you guys. Like everything you do is logged into the supercomputer and scanned for potential threats. And then someone puts actual real eyes. If the computer flags it as a potential threat, they will put real eyes on it. If they come to believe that you are a real threat, they will go back through their backlog of everything you have. The CIA, I mean, you feel, well, I'm a living man, so you can't make me feel suicidal. I never wanted to hurt myself throughout all the torture. I praise the Almighty. But they did make me feel very, very bad. To make you feel very, very bad. Like it's torture. It's absolute torture. They make you feel the worst you could possibly feel constantly is the goal. To make you feel as bad as you could possibly feel at every possible moment. For years on end. This went on for years. That's why my hair turned gray. Put on the armor of God. Absolutely. I've done it. And because synthetic telepathy was involved in my targeting, basically you have someone reading your mind. It's psychological, but it's also physical. They run you through exhaustion. So physically you are exhausted. Cognitively you're exhausted. So because they use synthetic telepathy, someone's reading my mind at all times. I made sure that if they were going to waste their time watching me all day, I was going to use their time wisely. So I started reading the Bible into the machine. And that definitely changed the course of my targeting. Reading the Bible into the machine was a good idea. So that way, anybody overseeing my case, anybody who was keeping the surveillance on me, was going to be reading Bible and sending them Reiki and stuff like that, sending them prayer. That's how I got through it. But yes, physically, I had physical, cognitive exhaustion, brain damage. I had fog of war from the constant, 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 constant back and forth. Yeah, well, it's neurolinguistic programming. So what they do is they put you on a negative neurolinguistic programming. So it's basically like everywhere you go, and in your mind, and from people that you go about your day, you see your stalkers. Your stalkers walk up to you and say "fuck you," and in your brain all day you're hearing "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." It's like negative neurolinguistic programming designed to make you kill yourself. They'll tell you to kill yourself, choose your death, shit like that. So that's what the neurolinguistic programming is like. So if you're up against that type of neurolinguistic programming, you want to counter target with neurolinguistic programming that is superior. And the Bible is the most superior neurolinguistic programming that I'm aware of. So that's what I used, and it worked. It's not legal. It's not legal to torture people. It's not legal to assault their consciousness with voice of God weapons. It's not legal to do this. It's completely illegal. I was completely disabled, and I am owed compensation for my bodily injury and my emotional suffering. Yeah, blessings, Dawn, blessings. Then how to say you're getting away with it? This is your brain on drugs. Yeah, okay, Chief Handler. Why don't you Google targeted individual? Welcome on YouTube. Good to see people coming in through on YouTube. Can you report them somehow? Yes, I've reported to the UN, the FBI, local police, the sheriff, the state police. I've reported everywhere. And the CIA are getting away with it because they're a powerful intelligence organization, and everything's really compartmentalized. So, like people like the guy on YouTube here, like Chief Handler, people like Chief Handler. Oh, cool! It comes up right there. I wish Periscope came up right there. So Chief Handler thinks I'm just on drugs, right? That's like a common way that you get handled, because you'll emotional distress. That's right, Joshua Havens on Facebook. You need to Google targeted individual though, Chief Handler, because it's designed to look like a mental illness. And if you're not smarter than the CIA, then you are vulnerable to attack, Chief Handler. You are not safe, Chief Handler. And I would never wish this program on anybody. I would not wish it on you. I sure wouldn't. I'm not on drugs, but keep saying it. I wish I were on drugs. I wish I were, my friend. Anything else, you guys? We could talk about cannabis in the Bible and the healing modalities as well. We could talk about that. Marijuana is a drug. Well, hemp is not a drug. Hemp is not a drug at all. And that's what I'm on. And anyway, marijuana is a drug. It's a good drug though. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know why you're trying to act like there's something wrong with drugs. Thanks for telling me about it anyway, Brother Dank. You got it, Ophelia. Hey, it's called Targeted Individual. Must have been hard on me. Yeah, it ruined my life. It's called Targeted Individual, and I'm glad that you know about it now because now we can fight against it together. The UN is actually studying the problem right now. The UN is actually studying the problem of targeted individuals as we speak. They are bringing it to the attention of nation states. Cannabosum, Joshua Haven says, cannabosum. See, that drug was given to Moses in the Old Testament. Marijuana causes psychosis. No, it doesn't. That's bunk science. This is a perfect example. Man, you got it all figured out, don't you, Chief Handler? You got it all figured out, buddy. Just Google targeted individuals and thank God that you're not one of them, Chief Handler. Would you do that for me? Anyway, the terrible drug that causes psychosis, God happened to give it to Moses at the very beginning. And he commanded Moses to use it as an apothecary or as a chemist. The guy who cooks up the drugs, that's what he called Moses. You'll be one of those. And he gave him cannabosum by name. Now I'm wondering why the chat doesn't come up because only Chief Handler's one comment came up on my restream. So I'm wondering why more comments don't show up on my restream feed. But marijuana does not cause psychosis, and this program was set up to all target images of mentally ill. I'm not even going to really respond too much to those types of misstatements. All target individuals are not mentally ill. That's stupid. You are dumb for saying that. I've been to where Moses grew up. There's no weed there. It was imported, my friend. It was imported. It was an item of trade. It was an item of trade. It was brought in resins, and they found it. There actually is weed there. They found it in the Holy of Holies in Israel just a couple months ago. They found marijuana resin on the altar of incense in the Holy of Holies. So it is where Moses grew up. It is over there. They have been using it for thousands of years. It is in the Bible. You got anything else, naysayer, Mr. Chief Handler? Got anything else, Mr. Naysayer? Jesus Christ means anointed in anointing oil, which has cannabis in it. So in Jesus Christ's name, there's cannabis oil. Haters going to hate. Don't let them get to you, Brother Dank. Oh, I've been hated by professional intelligence agents. I've been hated on by people who know how to hate someone professionally on a war grade scale. Moses isn't from Israel. He was born in Nasariah. Well, maybe so. Maybe you know more about that than me, but supposedly Moses was around the people of Israel, and the people of Israel used cannabis. So what about that? Isn't he Israel? Isn't Moses Israel himself? That's how I kind of understood it. I know about everything in you. Well, you don't know about targeted individuals, and I really wish that you would get a grip on all that, because you're wrong. And you probably don't even know about the hands-on healing modality from William Bingston. So, I mean, Google William Bingston, Bengston, and blow your own mind. Give that a spin. I don't even feel like telling you about it because it's too powerful. I would be wasting my breath on someone like you, Chief Handler. But I would waste my breath. I would do it. I would do it. It's good to have action on YouTube. Good to see people coming through on YouTube. Yeah, the CIA is after you, LOL. I mean, I was part of a national security operation. They're after me as much as they're after. Look at Robert Duncan. That's right, Ed Roochbrecht. Look at Robert Duncan videos. It's a real capability. What I'm talking about is a real capability. It's actually deployed in the field. Happens to be on civilians. But it's been used in war for decades now. It happens to be used on civilians in America nowadays. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Civilian casualties, Chief Handler. How about that? How about an SOS call, you smart buddy of mine? You smart friend? How about a friendly SOS call from a civilian in distress? How does that hit you? And again, I'm wondering why I don't get more comments on my restream feed. It's not working properly. Smoking as I'm watching this. Mackenzie Wayno is checking in today. Love your strength, brother. Keep on keeping on. Well, I do it for you. I do it for you guys. You guys help me stay up here. I'm just trying to inform you and just trying to let you know what happens in the real world out here. Thank you for doing it. What are you smoking on, Mackenzie Wayno? What's in your pipe? I've got some. Look at Robert Duncan. Oh, see, the chat came through. You've never seen a Robert Duncan video? Maybe you should Google him. He died in like 1990 when he was 80. The guy you saw in videos just took his name. Okay, that was dumb. Man, I wish I had stronger input from YouTube. That's all. YouTube, you're coming up short on me today. I expect more out of YouTube. Obviously, you've never seen a Robert Duncan video. Oh, I see how you make it show. Oh, I see. What's up, Twitch? Checking in. There's someone behind you. The classic live stream troll. There's someone behind you. Way to go, Eon Blade. God bless you and keep you, brother. Have an amazing day. Yeah, you got it. You got it. You have one too there, Dawn. Thanks for checking in today. I didn't get to tell you about the healing modalities, though. I'll tell you about hands-on healing next time. Anyway, what else, you guys? What else can I do for you? It looks like there's some targeted individuals checking in on Facebook. I just figured out my restream. Just figured that out. See you next time. Yeah, we'll do it then. We'll do it then. I really do think I would blow this guy's mind on YouTube, though, with that William Bingston stuff. I really think I would. If he's still here, I'll tell him. Hey, YouTube, Chief Handler, if you're still here, let me know. I'll tell you all about it. Well, I guess that might be it. Maybe I should go smoke some more CBD. Maybe I should do that. Tell me about him. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll tell you, Ed. So, William Bingston was like a anthropologist or a sociologist or something like that. And he knew this guy who was a hands-on healer, and the guy healed his back. So he knew from his anecdotal report that there was something to the technique. So he brought the technique into the laboratory, and he trained skeptical volunteers to do a particular visualization technique and he was going to test its efficacy against cancer in mice. And so basically it's a system of prayer. It's a discipline of visualization, okay? And it's just a particular way to meditate. It's kind of what it is. But you do achieve a flow state. Like when you look at a functional MRI, like part of your brain's lit up when you're thinking about math, part of your brain's lit up when you're thinking about language. Whenever you enter a flow state, your brain lights up like a Christmas tree. It starts blinking all over the place. So it's sort of an anomalous brain state, flow. And you do enter that when you're practicing the healing modality. Now, the study is called The Effects of the Laying of Hands on Transplanted Human Breast Cancer Cells in Mice. It's in the Journal of Scientific Exploration, year 2000, by William Bingston, Bengston. And what do you think the results, William Bingston, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but William Bingston, oh shit. William Bingston. There we go. No, it doesn't come on. It doesn't come on Facebook, but I can put it on YouTube and Twitch. William Bingston. So and the technique itself is imagining healthy mice. That's a technique, imagining healthy mice. So they would shoot the mice up with cancer. They normally die in like 14 to 28 days without any treatment. But if you were in the experimental group and you thought about healthy mice, what do you think the effect was on the mice with cancer? Did they live longer lives? Was there a placebo-like effect? Did it not work at all? What do you think happened when people thought about happy, healthy mice in this particular disciplined fashion? Mr. Ed. There's definitely a lag too. So anyway, as you're guessing, I'll tell you what happened. All of the mice in the experimental group rejected their cancer, remitted their cancer, and were healed for life. They tried to inject more cancer in them without additional treatment, and it did not take. So all the mice in the experimental group were healed for life. I think they would die. No, they were all healed. 100% were healed just by thinking about happy, healthy mice. 100% were healed in the experimental group. The control group, they weren't praying for, but they caught the healing like it was contagious. In the control group, 100% of those mice lived happy, healthy lives. And so the technique is imagining happy, healthy mice. That's what you get, even if you inject them with cancer. And that's the science on hands-on healing. It is absolutely in the science, and it's 100% effective and contagious like a disease. And I'll send you the link on Facebook to the study. And if I'm assuming we're Facebook friends. But you doing okay, Ed? What's your targeting like? Is it okay for you today? Are you okay with it? What's it like for you? My targeting stopped whenever I went to jail. I was thoroughly discredited by when I went to jail. I was in the newspaper, going to jail. How come it not used all over the world? Because people don't know about it yet. People still don't know about it. That's why I'm telling you about it right here. Yeah, but I very publicly went to jail, and so that it's in the newspaper. So like, if you Google me, I'm discredited. So that's an aim of the program, is just to discredit someone. So I've been discredited, and so my targeting has lessened. But I understand that most cases are not like that, and I did undergo torture for years on end. And of course, I'm grateful that's over, but I'm saddened that it's not over for everybody else, since that's why I'm still in the fight. They are fucking with my mind while at the same time they make my head all numb. See, I didn't get a lot of physical stuff. I got cognitive exhaustion, so that was a physical effect. But I didn't get a lot of like directed energy weapon pain or anything like that. But yeah, they'll fuck with your mind, right? You get some voice to skull action. You get some negative neurolinguistic programming activity on the radio that you can't turn off. I know about that. I know about that. But you guys, I got my first YouTube viewer or my second Twitch viewer today. I'm doing well. I'm happy about this. I'm enjoying it. Yes, he gets a lot of voice to skull, you guys. I understand. I was so ate up on voice to skull, I made up the phrase ate up on voice to skull. Everybody was ate up on voice to skull. Everybody in Portland, everybody in Vancouver, Washington. The police told me it was normal to hear voices. It's like an open secret. See, they come in with a different angle on the population at large if they're launching this population wide. So they'll come as part of the defense security apparatus, and they'll tell people this is part of the security apparatus and want you to be a part of it. And so synthetic telepathy is deployed across the population. It's just deployed in a different way on people who are not targeted individuals. And it's so prevalent that the police told me in Vancouver, Washington, that it's normal to hear voices. That's what the police told me. It's normal to hear voices. And another police who was in the army, he called his major on the base at my request, and he told the major on the base we were having weaponized synthetic telepathy, and that they needed to put some scramblers in the field. So they were familiar with the problem. So they put some scramblers in the field, basically just some distortion in the in the synthetic telepathy field. They put some distortion in there, and that was the response that I got, was some distortion. Also, pain in my stomach and right and left side of my body. Well, that's not good. See, that really sucks. The physical pain shit is terrible. I'm glad I didn't go through a lot of that. Of course, there's always still time, but hopefully not. Anyway, what else, you guys? While I'm here, I'm sorry you're going through that, Ed. They can put it on and off like they want it to be. Yeah, I know, right? They can turn it on and off like a switch. I do know about that. Anyway, is there anything else, you guys? Are there any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, extensions, elaborations, or last words? Are you not targeted anymore? I'm sure I'm still under surveillance, but I'm not being actively targeted because I believe it's because I was discredited publicly in the news. So I think they called it like mission accomplished for right now on me. And they just gave me a break because every now and then they do give you a break of some sort. It's part of torture. It's part of torture is to give people the break for a second, and so that they don't die and shit like that. But no, I'm not really being targeted. I'm sure I'd get gang stalked and everything if I went anywhere, but with COVID going on and shit, I haven't really even been going out. So God bless, man. I'll send you that link in your messages. So I'll see you in a second. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is a full service free gospel. If you feel you're blessed by our get together today, you can always support this ministry at paypal.me/dankbrother. It is one of the rights of the apostles to eat off of the altar, the same way a Roman soldier is fed by the forces of Rome. The apostle is supposed to be able to eat off the altar. PayPal.me/dankbrother. I'll send you that in just a moment, Ed. Thank you.